everybody. Welcome back to another Rory pop-up. Yes, I'm popping up. Why? Because we have something to talk about. We have something to chit-chat about. We have something to be messy about. But most of all, we have something to be on the pushback about. Yes, Harry and Meghan has not said anything. Anything. They have faded to black. They are probably on vacation, enjoying their family time, probably doing something like that. And it seems like every day is attack after attack after attack. Now, William and his family is over there in Greece floating around on a yacht from a notorious or a sus sheik, but nothing is being said about that. They are after Harry and Meghan. They're after their business. Attack after attack after attack. It started with the Netflix deal, the contract coming to an end, the talking about that, the speculations, the lying. And now here they are attacking Meghan's management, saying that WME is planning on dropping her. Yes. And so it's just attack after attack after attack. And of course, I had to come on here and do a little pushback because, like I said, if it goes unanswered, it only festers and get big. A lie will absolutely grow unless you punch it in the head. And I am here to punch this lie in the head. I am. I am. And I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty posted a post from Kaiser at Celebici. And Kaiser was writing an article about an article that was coming out of News Nation. Now, I have been side-eyeing News Nation for a while. I mean, it is just a junior Fox News. It absolutely is. I don't know if everybody knows that. This is a news organization, and I'm putting that in quotes, that is here in the United States. And it's not, it doesn't have a huge following or anything like that, but it's definitely has a right wing bent to it. It definitely is a junior Fox News, and I've noticed that. And I have saw several clips and several segments coming out of News Nation that is so anti-Harry and Meghan. And I just wonder if this news organization is owned by a British citizen. I mean, I looked it up one time and I could not find exactly. It was like an entity owned it. You couldn't get like a name or anything like that. It says the owner is Next Star Media Group, and the CEO of that company is a guy named Perry Sook, who is an American, and it's a registered American company. So I don't understand why they keep coming at Harry and Meghan so hard like this. Because, like I say, time after time after time, I see them doing this. Now, it could be for the views and the clicks. It is a small news network, and a lot of times they do that because we all know hate sells. So it could be that. But I'm telling you, it really angers me that this American company has taken this kind of stand. Like I said, this is not the first time they've come with the BS. It's constant over there. And that is the reason why nobody watched them. I really don't even know that they exist until stuff like this happens. Because I give them none of my time because it definitely has a right wing bent to their reporting. Like I said, it is a junior Fox News. And so Kaiser wrote this article that appeared in News Nation, I guess maybe on their website, that they published this article. And this is what it says: News Nation, WME is on the verge of dropping Duchess Meghan. And so Kaiser wrote this article about an article. I didn't even go over there to read it because some of these articles that Kaiser come up with, I don't even want to give it my time. And this is one of them because we all know that WME, Megan doesn't work for them, they work for her. And having her on their roster it makes it so prestigious, even more so than it was before. So this I call BS on. And so that is the reason why I didn't go over there and look at the article. But this is the latest attack on Megan, that her management company is going to drop her because we all know when she signed with WME, it did something to their spirit, because at the end of the day they know that that is the cream of the crop, the top. When it comes to management in Hollywood, WME is the place to be. It has all the stars. Like I said, it is at the tippy top. And so they felt some way about that. Everything that Harry and Meghan has achieved, they continue to chip away at it. I kid you not. That is the reason why we have to be vigilant. Okay, we can get tired, we can pull back a little bit, but at the end of the day, we have to keep moving forward and keep pushing back because they're not getting tired. They're not. They're continuing to chip away. Look at Cinnabale. Who would have thought that they would have came in and attacked Cinnabale, would have done a hostile takeover of Cinnabale? Nobody. They never stop. That is the reason why we can't stop. We may get weary. Sometimes we might have to take us a mental health break. But at the end of the day, we need to keep on pushing because if we don't, they will eventually destroy this couple. I believe that with everything in me because at the end of the day, without the Sussex Squad, I don't think Harry and Meghan would have been able to make their escape so successful. You know, Meghan absolutely is held up. We are the win. I said this in a past podcast. The Sussex Squad and Meghan and Harry supporters, we're the wind underneath their wings. We're the reason that they can soar. Exactly. So we cannot forget that. Like I said, we can grow weary, but we cannot give up the fight. And then this particular squatter that posted this said this: every 3 months, the same news cycle. Netflix is done with them. WME is dropping Megan. They're so unpopular. William will take their titles away when he becomes king. And the last thing missing is the fake bullying claim again. Yes, I'm waiting for them to dig up that dead horse as well because it is a cycle. Yes, and because Meghan and Harry are quiet, they are running the cycle. And I'm telling you, it is so tiring. It is absolutely so tiring to me. And look, as you go down under this particular post, this is what I'm trying to say. This is wash, rinse, and repeat. Where is the lie? We see it time and time again. They are up to their nonsense. And that's why I say a lie will absolutely grow unless you punch it in the head. And that's why I'm on here right now to absolutely push back on these lies because it's a pattern. It is. It is a pattern. It's wash, rinse, and repeat. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I'm going to put this one up. And this particular squatty just hits the nail right on the head, or just put it in a nutshell. And it says the latest UK smear campaign is giving 2020. It is. It's giving that. It says Harry and Meghan are broke and homeless, and Tyler Perry is about to kick them out. Y'all remember that in 2020? Yes, Tyler Perry was going to kick them out, that they were going to be broke. They had no source of income. The king was not going to support them anymore. They were going to have to come back with their tail between their legs and do whatever the king and the heir asked them to do. Well, told them to do. And then the squatter goes on to say, right before the press found out, they had quietly bought their Montecito mansion and had been living there for months. Exactly. Exactly. When Harry and Meghan come back into the light, we're going to find out exactly what's going on with all of this. And it's never, ever what those rags say it is over there across the pond. I mean, we have been through this time and time and time again. Yes, it's giving me 2020. Yes, I'm like this squatty said, I'm feeling 2020 in all of this. And the only thing missing is the dead horse to be dug up and to be beaten once again. And that would be those bullying charges, saying Meghan was a bully. But I don't know if that's going to hit the same now that we found out. Well, we all knew, but now that we have receipts, that the real bully and the real racist is the king of the United Kingdom. At least one of them. Yes. And we have receipts to prove that. So I don't know if they're going to dig that dead horse up because it's just not going to hit the same. I don't think it will because of the fact that we just are coming off of the scandal from the king and his bullying to the point where they had to offer mental health services to those gardeners over there at Highgrove. Yes, he has walked around there and terrorized every one of them to the point where they need some medication. Now, that right there, that's bullying. I'm just saying. And Big Back Becky talking about Meghan sending an email at 5 a.m. absolutely made some of the staff have PTSD. Well, if that made the staff have PTSD, can you imagine what those gardeners have? I'm telling you, they're on medication and probably somewhere on a 72-hour watch in some psych ward there across the pond. Yeah, so I'm telling you, I don't know if that's going to hit the same. But I digress. I want to talk about this. Now, that other article about WME, I did not want to read it. I could care less because, like I said, it is wash, rinse, and repeat. But I did want to talk about this one because I found it hilarious. And this is by Kaiser from Celebrity. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole article. I'm just going to go through the parts where I found hilarious. And I'm going to put it up. And this particular article that Kaiser wrote is called Dampier because it's coming from Phil Dampier, one of the premier bootlickers over there, the premier arse kissers, royal, no, let me get it right, royal arse kissers over there. And it says, Prince William always believed that Meghan saw Harry as a stepping stone. Yes, stupid, stupid Harry. He could not see the conniving, the calculating, the social climbing Meghan. But William could see it. He saw it from the beginning. And I find that hilarious. Why? Because he could not see it in his own partner, could he? Yes. Now Meghan had her own career, had a wonderful life and was very successful, a millionaire in her own right once she came into that family. But she is the calculated one. She is the one that is using Harry for a stepping stone, not Kitty Cat, who had none of that, who spent 10 years being there, being his lapdog and waiting just for the opportunity to absolutely run the honeypot on him and be successful at that. Now, he couldn't see her calculating, taking a year off so she would be in his class when he went to St. Andrews. He could not see that she switched classes in order to literally be in his classes. He could not see that she was manipulating him when she wore this dress right here. That was the beginning of the honeypot. Yes. But he couldn't see all that. But he saw through Megan, a self made, self assured, self confident woman who didn't need anything or anybody, and that included Harry. Megan married Harry because she loves him. She stays with him because she loves him. Because what other woman would put up with some nonsense, all the nonsense that Megan has to put up with just to be famous? You know, Megan loves her husband. She loves her family. And if he was taking the time to see through someone, he should have started with the one that he was with. But yet and still, this is the nonsense that they want to put out into the universe that William saw through Megan. And it's so comical. It really is, because all you have to say is if he saw through Megan, why couldn't he see through Kitty Cat? Because Kitty Cat's whole agenda was so much clearer than Megan's could have ever been. I'm just saying. Because if you're looking, you can see what Megan's agenda was. She loved Harry. But you can't say that about Kitty Cat. Kitty Cat would not be with William if he was not the heir to the throne. Now tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. But Megan would clearly be with Harry if he was not a prince of the realm. But let's get into this article. Like I said, I'm not going to read all of it, just the comical parts. Just the comical parts. And like I said, the name of the article is Dampier. Prince William always believed that Meghan saw Harry as a stepping stone. And every time I read that, I'm telling you, I want to cackle because that is hilarious to me. How can you can see what's going on with Harry, but you can't see what's going on with yourself? It is hilarious. And it says, the part I want to talk about is what they said in the Daily Beast. This was in the Daily Beast. It says, Prince William saw right through Meghan Markle's alleged plan of marrying into the royal family through Prince Harry, a royal biographer has sensationally claimed. And that would be Phil Dampier. Yes, the royal butt kisser, the royal bootlicker, that one. And they're basing this whole assumption for this article from a dead woman. Yes, her name is Lady Elizabeth Hanson. She was the Queen's cousin, and basically, this woman is saying that this was told to her by this dead woman, and the dead woman was talking about another dead woman, which is Queen Elizabeth. You can tell that these people are full of it, putting words in dead people's mouths. I just cannot hardly take it anymore. The Queen has talked more since she's been dead than she ever did when she was alive. It's just ridiculous to me. But yet and still, here they come saying William is all knowing. Stupid, stupid, stupid William is all knowing. The man who fell for the honeypot absolutely was able to see that somehow Meghan was using Harry Crazy, crazy, crazy. And it says, I think unfortunately that confirms that I've been saying and thought for the last few years that sadly Meghan never really had any intentions of staying in the royal family. Yes, they cannot handle the rejection. It's the rejection that they cannot handle. So what do? They try to repackage it and say, no, it's not what the royal family did to Meghan. It's just that she never planned to stay in the first place. These people need to stop. And then it goes on to say, Dampier told the scum, referencing Hanson's comments, she saw it as a stepping stone getting married to Harry to new fame and fortune. And I think that's what initially Prince William was concerned about. Now, here's a woman who already had fame and fortune before she came into that family, but she was using it to have more fame and fortune. This is sour grapes. This right here is them feeling some kind of way, all up in their feelings because the fame came to Meghan. Even more fame came to Meghan. I'll put it that way. And never came to Kitty Cat. Everything that is Meghan, they wanted it for the white one. Yes, the white one, not the black one. They wanted it for the white one, and it didn't work out that way. So now here they are trying to justify the BS that they're peddling, trying to destroy this woman who has done nothing except love her husband. That's it. That's all she has ever done. But yet and still, they want to go after her all the time because the fact that Meghan has become one of the most famous women it is in the world, and they wanted it for Kitty. They did. And Kitty, nor any of those other left behinds over there can draw flies, and they're mad about it. They bet on the wrong horse. They did. And the one that actually had the shine, they ran off. And now here they are trying to justify it and make themselves feel better. It is ridiculous and hilarious to say it that William had some kind of insight. What a joke. And then it goes on to say, and now we are where we are. But to have this confirmed by someone so close to the Queen is really dynamite. No, it's not. It was confirmed by a woman with an agenda talking about what she says a dead woman told her, that a dead woman that told the other dead woman. Yes, this is what you consider dynamite. I mean, it is ridiculous. Like I was saying earlier, the Queen hadn't shut up since she died. It is ridiculous that these people continue, I mean, systematically tear this woman's legacy down by putting all these words in her mouth after she is dead. I cannot with these people, but this is laughable to me. And I don't even understand why they are not embarrassed. I have secondhand embarrassment for them to try to put out the fact that somehow Willie Leaks is the wise one. They have played this forever, trying to make Harry into the dumb one and William into the smart one, when we can see it as clear as day. He has way more achievements. He has way more credits to his name than William. How is someone who is dumb as a rock have as many achievements as Harry has? This is a systematic just tearing down of someone's achievements. They have been pecking and pecking and pecking away at Harry and Meghan's achievements. I said this earlier in this pop up. Yes. So this is their systematic campaign to try to continue to make William into the wise one and Harry into the stupid one. And when we can absolutely see who is the wise one and who is the stupid one, we will never, ever, ever believe that 2 plus 2 is 5. And in order for you to believe this nonsense in this article, you definitely have to believe that 2 plus 2 is 5. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this is what one squatty commented on this article and said, oh, please, a stepping stone to what? Him, Prince William will say anything at this point. And they posted a very telling picture. Yes, this is what he knew. He knew that he wanted what his brother had, and you can see it all over his face. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. This is my last one, and I just love it. It is Chef's Kiss, if I have to say so. It says, when you know your husband isn't out here cheating, you move through life like this, unbothered, glowing, just like Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Prince Harry said, look at me, look what I got. Yes, he said that's what he said on his wedding day. And we all know it is very few of those left behinds over there can say the same. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.